Okay, it should be clearly audible. I should okay, and I've started recording the session. We have 1 minute to start. We'll start in a minute without waiting. Okay, just relax for a minute. We'll start sharp 9 o'clock. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Last class, last session, last but one, last before session and before that means so far we are done with 4 days. In 4 days, day 1 is an informative session. Day 4 is it's a kind of guidance for all of you about how to study, how to learn all that. Okay, guidance session. 2 days is the session related to main demo, where I have given you complete information about what is Pega, what is BPM architecture, Pega architecture, why Pega is called as BPM, and Pega is no coding. All these points we have discussed on day 2 and day 3. If any one of you have missed last 4 days session, which means you have mainly missed 2 days. You have mainly missed how many days? 2 days only. That is day 2 and day 3. Day 2 and day 3. Okay, the day 2, day 3 recorded videos you request from the Pega admin. Pega admin number you know, right? 9652532752. That is Pega admin number. Request, send a message to them requesting for day 2, day 3 video. They will give you. Okay, and today is day 5. Though it is day 5, it will be considered as day 1 of our regular classes. It will be considered as day 1 of our regular classes. So today will be start of our sessions. Day 1 of regular classes. Okay, so whether you have attended last 4 days or not a question. You will be able to understand from today onwards. So whatever that we are going to discuss here, you will be able to understand. So I'm going to tell you one by one the points what we are going to discuss here. And before that, if any one of you have issues during installation process, you are trying to install Pega, there is some issue of installation. It's not properly getting installed. Some error is coming. I already told you, reach out to admin team today at any cost by 10:30, 11 o'clock like that. Send them a screenshot, make a phone call, and then have AnyDesk install on your system. AnyDesk is a software for screen sharing. They will take access by using screen share and they will help you in the installation process. That is for online students. Classroom students have issue, you can bring the laptop and get it done. And my screen should be visible to every one of you. I have opened Notepad. Is it visible or not? It's visible now? Yes, thank you so much. See, we have created a WhatsApp group with the people who have completed their fees payment during the weekend, and we are adding you to WhatsApp group. It is mandatory that you should have to have your discussions only within the group. You should not communicate with anyone personally by taking their number from the group. Okay, it is a request plus a policy that you should follow. Okay, once you enroll for this training program, the next minute you will be added into WhatsApp group where you have all the group of students. A student will have visibility to see all other students' phone numbers. Taking the advantage, you should not message anyone separately when you never know about them personally. He can send a message to other person personally because those two are friends, no problem. Okay, that person cannot send a message to last bench person because they don't know each other. After you become friends here, no problem. You cannot send a message to online person whom you really never know about. Okay, understand? You have conversation, everything should go in the group only. You want to address someone personally, when the conversation is going on in the group only, you have to address that person. Should not take the conversation into personal inbox of WhatsApp of unknown people. Though the students are your co-students here, they are unknown to you unless you have friendship with them. Yes, how you make friendship? When you are already friends. This is not the place to make friendship with unknown people. Understand that. This is a place only to collaboratively work together and learn and work together. You should not send a message to others unless you know them personally before you join into this group. Okay, this is a strict guideline one must be following. Conversation should completely go in the group only. Any doubts, any clarification? We will give you 3 phone numbers of mentors except me. Okay, you can contact the mentors personally anytime on the given phone numbers. Other students, you should never talk to them personally. That is a strict guideline. And if anyone is reporting that this person is sending me personal messages, requesting something or giving me guidance on this, which I am not really comfortable with, immediately you will be dismissed out of the group, but not from the training. If that is a strict violation, you will be dismissed out of the training as well. Okay, I just wanted to give you this information to save the privacy of each individual. Understand that. Okay, never try to contact someone whom you never know about it. Okay, I can contact any one of you. Any one of you can contact me personally, but so this person cannot contact that person unless they become friends here and exchange their numbers and conversation. Okay, so you are going to become a friend here if you are interested personally. You become a friend only when you know someone by their face. Okay, don't disturb any others in the online mode. Okay, it's a strict guideline to every one of you. Please understand and please respect others' privacy. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. What are the things that we are going to look at understanding as a beginner in Pega? See, you are going to use Pega tool to develop the applications. Yes or no? You want to develop applications ultimately. What are the things you're going to do? I'll tell you. Develop your application, thereby design your transaction model. Design your, at a high level, design your transaction model. That's what. You have application, you have transaction model designing, business will run. In the transaction model, what are the components that will get invoked? UI will be there or not? User interface will be there. Business logic components will get executed as part of your transaction model, yes or no? Database communication will happen as part of your transaction model, yes or no? All these components will be there primarily. Okay, these will be there everywhere. Design your transaction model by using what? Process or flow, yes or no? Our ultimate goal is we want to work on UI, we want to work on business logic, we want to work on user interface. All these will be coordinatively executed by flow. That's what we discussed during demo. I am repeating now. Simply, flow will be there in Pega to make the transactions executed. UI we are going to work on, business logic we are going to work on, database we are going to work on. Before all of these, we should come up with what? Application. First you set up a roof. That roof is called as application. First, what is the construction we need to do here? Application. You construct application. First you construct the core parts of the house. First you are going to have the pillars and walls constructed. Later only you design inside, yes or no? After everything is done, you go inside and start designing inside, yes or no? Same concept. First you construct this outer structure, entire roof, called as application. You get inside the application, design the smaller components that are needed for your business. Same thing we are going to do. Understand clear everyone what we are going to do? But let me tell you, when you are learning a technology, when you are learning a tool, when you are learning any product, anything, you need to know about or use best practices. You need to follow what? Following best practices. Following best practices. Can you tell me what is meant by best practice? What is meant by best practice? Generally, in your personal life also, you can say, no need to go to technology. Learn technology from your personal life. In your personal life, what are the best practices?
Usability.
The practice that you are going to do it should be
reusability.
Yeah. If you do it one time,
implementation.
Next time you do not want to redo it again and again. You don't want to redo it again and again. One time doing it, it should be useful going forward anytime in future also. Okay, it should save your time. Okay, it should save time. it should save money, it should save your efforts, and it should be something reusable. It should be something reusable. If I do it today, see, usually I don't know whether it is happening now or not, because olden days it used to happen some time back, long back, when some time back, 15 years back and all, whenever, okay, now also it is. If you want to purchase a dress for a 3 years baby, usually parents will purchase for 5 years baby size. Yes or no? Why? It is useful today, and tomorrow after 2 years also, I do not want to buy, save money, save efforts, same time. It should be reusable. Yes or no? That's what the future forecast about when we are doing something. That's called best practice you are following a best practice. Same way in applications also. Today you are going to set up to construct something in the application. You should not think about only today. Think about the future also. Think about future also. It should be reusable in the future. It should be reusable in future. It should be reusable in the future, so that you do not want to spend the time again for doing the same. You are not spending again time, means time is equal to money. No, obviously you are saving some amount of money in future. Okay, and your efforts are being less. Effort is less, time is being saved, money is also being saved, and reusability you are achieving. What you are achieving? Reusing the same thing. So that's a simple example. For a 3 years baby, when we are purchasing some dress, we usually consider 5 years and purchase. Okay, today it will fit, after 2 years also it will fit, because one time it will not be going away, it will not be tearing off. So we want to reuse it, we want to save money. So the same way, if you are constructing something here, think about the future. So what you need to think about in the best practices, I will tell you. See, best practices means it should be reusable in future. What is that? Reusable means today you are using, tomorrow also you need to reuse. Okay, second one, time saving should be there. The action you are doing today, it should save time in the future. It should save time in the future. You are not redoing. Okay, no redundancy. Reusability means no redundancy. No redundancy means not redoing again and again. Not redoing again and again. No redundancy. Okay, no redundancy. That's what time saving. Time saving and no redundancy. Reusability means what is that profit you'll get? You'll get money, no? Okay, so financial benefit also you'll get. I'm not writing that. Leave it. Okay, so these are the things you need to consider whenever you are going to set up something. So you want to create application. That's your idea. Your application today that you are creating, its architecture should be something like reusable. When it should be reusable? Reusable when expanding the business. When expanding the business. That's what. This particular dress, when I am purchasing at the age of 3 years for a baby, should be reusable when they are growing up to 5 years. It should be reusable. Yes or no? Same way, today I am constructing something. Tomorrow I am going to extend my construction. Construction I am going to extend or not. Here and there I will be adding some. Today I have constructed only 2 floors. Can you guarantee that I am not going to construct tomorrow 3rd and 4th floor? I should keep in mind, though I am constructing 2 floors of building, I should keep in mind tomorrow if I extend to 4 floors, I should have a better foundation. No, I will consider 4 floors capability of foundation and construct only 2 floors for today. Tomorrow if I want to expand it, will I be able to expand without changing the base structure or not? I'll be able to do it or not? So that's what I'm going to think about future forecast and come up with some best practices of design where I can easily extend my architecture, and so no need of redoing something, no need of keeping too many efforts. Again, time saving, everything will happen. Same is applicable in the technology. You are creating one application, you are creating so many functional components in that application. Yes or no? The functional component you create today should be reusable when you are expanding your business. Yes or no? It should be reusable or not? That type of thinking should be there for an architect. To whom it should be there? For an architect. You are learning a developer thing here, but still your mindset should be like an architect. Your mindset should be like an architect, not like a just 1 year, 2 year, 3 years developer. Think like an architect and start from the scratch. Okay, so think about when you are extending your business application, it should be reusable. For this, we need to follow an application structure or architectural model. Application structure, you call it as, or architectural model. What is that architectural model? That architectural model should achieve all these things. Should achieve all the below. It should achieve. That's how you need to create the foundation. You need to create the foundation. If you want to achieve this foundation, okay, see what you need to do is, okay, I'll tell you one simple example. You just think about it and answer. We are setting up one restaurant. First time in our life, we are starting a new business. One restaurant in Hyderabad we are going to start. We have started one restaurant. When you have started one restaurant, so in order to settle down the business, to make the processing smoother, it will take at least 1 year. 1 year you will struggle a lot. Yes or no? So you had set up, there will be certain rules and regulations for your business. You follow that, but based on the circumstances around you, so many things you will change from the base level, and you come up with a proper standard structure to run your business smoothly. Let's consider it is taking 1 year to do that. Yes or no? Okay, 1 year it has taken. After 1 year, your business in this area is running so smooth. You struggled a lot already. You want to set up or open a new restaurant in some other area. Let's say you want to open in Warangal. Warangal area you want to open that is a different city than current city. You are going to set up your restaurant there, launch a new restaurant. Okay. Are you going to struggle the same way how you have struggled for the first branch? 1 year you are going to struggle and streamline? No. So is it going to be smooth somewhat? You will struggle, but 10% only you will struggle. That place circumstances are different, though so many circumstances will match in first place and second place. 10%, 15% will change. Accordingly, you will little bit of changing your process. Okay, struggle will be less. Why struggle is less? Tell me. Why the less struggle is there? You are okay when you are expanding to construct one more branch. You are not struggling same as what you had faced in the past during first branch. What is the reason for that? That's what I'm asking. Unmute and respond.
Already
We have
base is
already
created.
experienced the
Yes.
we have already
Whatever
experienced
you have implemented at branch 1, you are not redoing from the scratch. Same thing you are going and taking and implementing. Already something is implemented at branch 1. No, that time you did it from the scratch. No, that policy you built it from the scratch. You modified. You come up with some standard solution. The standard solution same you have reused to apply on the second branch. Yes or no? That made your work easier, time saved, money saved, and you are getting some benefit there. This is the same thing that you need to follow. This is the same thing you need to follow whenever you are going to construct your software products. Construct your software. So physically, see, that's what I'm telling from the beginning. Technology, when you want to learn at its best, think about the real world. Everything, whatever you do in the real world, same way you follow to do in the technology also. Okay, that's how your technology should be utilized to create the digital products. Now, if I create an application today, I should have to create it in such a way that the products, the components that I create should be reused. The components I create should be reused in future. Time should be saved. No need of doing it again and again redundantly. And I should save my time and my money. So for this, the proper structure of application you should come up with is as a best practice. As a best practice, one should follow to build application structure to have framework. What is that? Framework and implementation architecture. You know the term framework. Have you ever heard framework? What is the meaning of framework that you know? What is the meaning of framework? You might have come up with framework word many times in many different subjects, not only computer science. Even in the MBA also it will be there, no framework. Okay, tell me what do you mean by framework? It's a kind of blueprint. It's a kind of blueprint. Blueprint is the one, your plan. For a construction, whatever the plan you draw, no, that's the blueprint. That's what framework. From the framework, same framework, use and construct 100 houses. Construct how many? 100 houses you will construct, following the one-time architecture. One-time architecture. Framework is going to, okay, I will tell you one more thing. Framework is a kind of reusable components place. It's a storage place. Framework is generally, framework is a blueprint. In your language, what is it? Blueprint, as you told. Okay, that is a term you can understand. Blueprint means it's a kind of plan. It's a kind of plan. Generally, coming to the products wise, framework is something where, okay, so framework is a place. Framework is a place where we create reusable components. What is that? Reusable components. Reusable components means components created in framework can be reused into implementations without recreating again. Without recreate. That's the advantage of framework. If you're going to create a framework application, the components created in framework application can be reused into implementations. What is the meaning of implementation? What is the meaning of implementation? Implement means what?
Module specific.
So plan is blueprint. Implementation is real construction.
Implementing the
Execution of the plan in order to come up with the construction. That's what in our real execution of the plan to come up with a output is called. That's what implementation. That's what implementation. So you are going to come up with an implementation. You are going to come up with implement. So here framework and implementations are two different structures of applications. Two different structures of application. So when you are creating an application setup, when you are going to set up an application for your business, it is a best practice. It is a best practice that you come up with framework and implementation application. Come up with framework. What is the advantage? If you come up with framework and implementation, the advantage is every component that is available in framework can be reused by implementation. If instead of reusing into implementation, why don't you create an implementation itself? That doubt you may get it. Implementation can be more than one. Look at here. I am going to draw a diagram to explain you. So before we do practical, we should go ahead and work on the understand the concept. Okay. So here you go. One framework application. What is the application we take for our business? Let's say I'm going to do this. Here you go now. Where's this paint I have opened? So here you go now. Consider this as an application. This is an application. This is a framework application. This application name is Tata Insurance Group. Tata Insurance Group. This is what framework application. Tata Insurance Group. This is framework application. Understand clear, everyone? So now connected to this, your second branch will be connected to first branch to follow and use the extract the process and all. SR same way. Create one implementation. Why is these many people are calling today? Just give me 1 minute. Na class lo unna urgent parle malli chesta. Okay, here you go now. Second one. How many implementations you can create? N number. Okay, look at here now. I am going to create auto insurance implementation. Implementation 1. Implementation. This is one application. Implementation one is an application where auto insurance will be processed. What will be processed? Auto insurance. In an insurance company, are they going to provide only auto insurance? No, they can even provide what? Health insurance or home insurance also they can provide. No?
Life
Health
insurance.
life insurance. Okay, life insurance. Can we have more implementations? Yes or no? Implementation application is the one where actual action will be done and business transactions will happen. Yes or no? Implementation application is the one where actual action. So you have a blueprint, plan is there. What is the actual action? You take it in the physical world, no? Actual action of execution, and you get an output result of constructing a house. Yes or no? That's called implementing the blueprint. Yes or no? What is there in the blueprint? Blueprint has clearly told you create this pillar, this size and all. You create this pillar, so and so size. These many pillars should be there. This should be the basement. This should be the basement depth. This should be the belt you have to add in the basement. These many levels of all this will be told in framework. Framework you reuse. All this you will reuse even when you are constructing 100 different types of houses. Yes or no? When you are conducting 100 houses, same blueprint you can use or not. So do it one time, reuse many times. Reuse many times. That concept you should follow from day one to day end. Not only, actually, do you think it is related to only Pega? No. The concept I'm explaining now is universal concept. You're working on Pega, you're working on Java, you're working on mainframes, you're working on .NET, you're working anywhere. Any software technology should, any product you are building, follow this architectural design. You will achieve reusability, time saving, and no need of doing the things redundantly, and you'll save the money, obviously. Okay, easy to extend your business. Like this, your implementations are connected to framework. Your implementations are connected to framework. Framework supplies what? Reusable components. Framework supplies what? Reusable components. Reusable components will be available in framework. Reusable components will be available in framework. Understand clear, everyone? The components available in framework can be accessed into implementation by implementations because these are connected. These are connected. Understand clear, everyone? Online students, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The components available in framework can be reused into implementation. So now I will write down here. I will write down here. Okay, components available. Available in framework. In framework can be reused by implementations without the need of creating again at implementations. So see, I want to create one component. That component is for collecting the customer details. User interface component. What component? User interface component. There is one user interface component available. Okay, FW and IMPL 616 batch, right? 616. Collecting customer data, you need one user interface form to be created. Now, as a developer, if you have this structure already available, think about where to create this component. See, a person who is going to step into your company taking auto insurance, he should submit his details or not. Collecting customer data will be there for him or not. Same way, a person who is going to step in for life insurance, collecting customer details will available there also. If a component is required at multiple implementations, place that component in the framework. Create only once at one place, no need to create at two places. Simple example I will tell you. I wanted to provide you water for drinking. Drinking water I want to provide all of you. There are two ways I can provide. One is I have to bring the water bottles, give one water bottle to each one of you. How many water bottles I have to supply? Let's say 15 water bottles I have to give here. Instead of that, can I maintain a water dispensing filter machine in the hall outside? Yes or no? I can do that one also. So which one is better to do? Which one is time saving, reusable, cost effective? Providing a water dispensing filter machine, just common for everyone, is better than supplying the water bottle to each individual. And imagine we have a 2-bedroom flat. Okay, 2 bedrooms and 1 hall is there. In bedroom 1, some people are living, bedroom 2, some people are living. Okay, so now I wanted to set up a TV with connection, some connection and all. So I have to purchase one TV. I purchased one TV and I had fixed that TV in bedroom 1. How about bedroom 2 people who are living? Will they be able to utilize that? They will not be able to utilize. If I want one more, then I have for bedroom 2 also, if I want, I have to purchase one more TV, one more connection I have to purchase, one more dish connection I have to purchase. 2 TVs, 2 connections, cost expensive or not? Instead of that, what is the best thing I can do? I can purchase only one TV with one connection and fix it in the hall. That's what they do in your hostels now. In the common area, they will keep the TV instead of giving each individual in the room. So this is cost effective now, reusability now. Same concepts we will follow. Everything that we do in our real life, same things we are going to adopt into technology and design the digital products in the technology. Design the digital products in the technology. Yes or no? Same way, a component is required to be accessible in multiple implementations. Is it okay to that you create in all implementations? No. Avoid creating in the individual implementations where you need a common component for reusability. Then what is the best place of creating in which application you create? Framework application. Create in what application? Framework application. You understand the purpose of framework and implementation? For reusable components of your entire business. So reusable components of your business will be created in framework application. Reusable components of entire business can be created in which application? FW application. And what about this one? Implementation. Specific components. Specific means what? You want that particular component only in the implementation, not for other implementation. I'll tell you. Let's go back to our this one, paint. I will ask you customer details. If I give you requirement, you said that you create in the framework. I'll give you one more requirement. Think and tell me slowly. Don't go for implementation as I am starting. Okay, just think. I want to collect billing and shipping address details of the customer. Billing, shipping address. Address line 1, address line 2, country, state, city, zip code, like that. Billing address, shipping address. Which is the appropriate application context in which you create implementation 1, 2 or framework. You need to question yourself. Do I need to collect the billing shipping address while providing auto insurance? Yes or no? Question should be filled. Yes, I need to collect. Do I need to collect billing shipping address while going with life insurance? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So what is the most appropriate place to create instead of both implementations? Where you create? In the framework. The framework you create. Okay, this is clear, everyone. Okay, so based on the requirement and business, you know business, you understand the requirement, then only you'll come to know where to create. Okay, I'll tell you one more requirement. I want a form, user interface form to be created, using which we want to collect the details of a vehicle. Details of a vehicle. Know about this business architecture and tell me which is most appropriate place to create. About this plan.
Auto insurance.
Auto insurance implementation you'll create. Why are you not saying this time for framework?
To collect the vehicle details.
Because we're collecting.
Life insurance should not access auto details and all. Only auto insurance should access. Create in the implementation. So whose knowledge it is to decide where to create? Is it business people will tell you, or developer should know about? Developer. Business people, they don't know this framework implementation. Though they know about their business, they will give you KT. According to their business structure, you come up with a digital structure of creating frameworks and implementations. As a developer, you decide After understanding the business, you decide where to create. That's called architecture. That's called architectural design. That's called, who will do that? Architect will decide. Maybe with 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you may not have to think about it generally. But if you are going to be a tech lead of your project, then how will you become tech lead? When you know about all this. So you are learning at the architecture level. Understand clear, everyone? So this is what. So reusable components of entire business can be created in framework application. Okay, specific components of one line of business. What is that? This is a business terminology. What is the terminology? Business terminology. This is also called as LOB. In interviews, they will ask you how many LOBs you have in your application. You don't know because you never have gone through real world. LOB, line of business. Okay, means insurance is a business. In that, health insurance is one line of business. Auto insurance is another line of business. Home insurance is another line of business. That's called stream. You have branches in college. No? College is there. Branches are there. No? All branches you are calling as streams. No? That's what line of business means. In a business, you call it as line of business. Technically, you call it as implementation. Implementation, one implement. Specific components of one line of business can be created in specific implementation. In specific implementation, the components created in framework application can be accessed by all the implementations of that framework. So related to that framework, how many implementations are there? All those implementations can access those components. See, today I have only 2 lines of business. Tomorrow, if I expand my business to come up with one new implementation called as home insurance, should I recreate everything from the scratch? No need. I can access all the existing components from framework. Only additional components only I have to recreate. Yes or no? That's the advantage of coming up with this structure. Suppose you don't have this architecture, you have only one implementation. Is it possible to expand easily? Implementation to implementations components will not be accessible. Implementation to implementation components will not be accessible. Okay, it's a kind of human relation. This is generally called as inheritance relation. I am not using the technical word. Parent has money. Parent has some money, some amount of money. Child 1 can access the property of parent. Child 2 can also access. Child 3 also can access. Right is there. Child 1 access property. No right is there for child 2 to ask. Generally, legally, is there any right that I can demand for my brother's property? There is no right. But I can demand for my parents' property. Right is there. My brother can demand. I can demand. Other brother can demand. Okay, my sister can demand, but I cannot demand for my sister's property. Okay, how it is working in real life? Same way technology is designed. Siblings, parallel applications can't access each other. But what is that? You call it as parent and child application. Framework built on application. What is that called as? This child, this application implementation is built on framework. So this is called as built on application. What is this called as? Generally framework. Another terminology I'm telling. Different terminology I'm telling. This is called a framework. Framework can also be called as built on application. What is that? Built on application. You can also use the terminology. Built on. I'm sorry. Here you go. Built on application. Means this application is acting as a foundation for another application. So another application is built on below foundation application. Foundation is called as built on application. Foundation is called as built on application. Understand clear everyone? That is a different terminology. I just want you to know about it. That's it. Nothing other than that. So if you are being given with a requirement to set up an application for a business, as a best practice, minimum you come up with 2 applications. Minimum how many? 2. Out of 2, 1 framework, 1 implementation. You have more LOBs, come up with so many implementations. Come up with so many implementations. This point, everyone clear? I'm not only telling you what is framework and what is implementation. I'm giving you idea about how to think about whether to choose a product to be created in implementation or framework. I'm giving you the business reasons along with the technology. Make sense, everyone? Clear? Online students, are you clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you need to respond sometimes when I ask like this. Everyone respond on the charting window. Okay, now here you go. You're going to come up with this. Now one question, general knowledge. Is it mandatory that a business must have framework and implementation when you are creating it as digitally? Is it mandatory? Is it mandatory that I should create framework and implementation?
Yes.
Practically not mandatory. That's why I'm telling you from the beginning. Best practice, best practice, best practice means it's a consideration in the business. You are not following, what will happen? Money will be wasted in future. Again, you need to spend time. Instead of that, better we follow best practice. No, best practice to follow is come up with framework and implementation application. Shall we do a practical now? How to create framework application in Pega? Okay, see, whether you create framework application, whether you create implementation application, no matter, both are applications only. Both are applications only. Okay, we will see practical of how to create it, but before that I will tell you one more simple point, that is operator ID. Operator ID. In order to access Pega environment, you need to log into Pega. What are the credentials you have? Administrator and
Install as password.
credentials not only here, real time, same credentials. You purchase Pega product and you install as a client. To log into environment, you need some credentials. No, these credentials will come along with Pega. But you know what? These credentials will be disabled after the business application setup is completed. By the time you join, these credentials will be disabled. Will get disabled because everyone knows these credentials. You will log in and you will do something wrong. They will create one credentials for you and give you. If you do anything, tracking will be there. Okay, so that's a different point. This user ID or login ID, technically in Pega, what do you call? Operator ID. What do you call in Pega? Technical terminology I'm going to give you. Operator ID. The login ID which we use to log into Pega is called as operator ID. When I am teaching, I will teach you in two different terminologies. One is general real world terminology or business terminology. Second one is technical terminology. What is that? Technical terminology. See, first understanding the general terminology is important. You understand general terminology, technical terminology you can understand later easily. Okay, this is a general terminology, like what we generally communicate with in our day-to-day life. Okay, login ID, if I say, you can easily understand. Suppose if I tell you the definition of operator ID like this: operator ID is an instance of class data admin operator ID which will have an access group. Access group is connected to portal, roles and application. Will you be able to understand? You will not be able to understand now, but after a few days you will be able to understand. First you understand what is operator ID in our day-to-day life language. Then slowly telling you one by one technical points, connecting all the dots. If I tell you definition, technical definition of operator ID, then only you'll understand. Clear, everyone? So while presenting in the interview, which terminology you should use? General terminology or technical terminology? Technical terminology. Speak in technology when you're talking about the technology. If I am trying to talk to a French person, which language I should use? French only. If I am trying to talk to a English person, I should use English. Speak in the same technology. Use the technical words of the technology when you're trying to communicate with the technical persons of related. Java, if I am talking to a Java person, all terminology I should use related to Java only. I should say object. Okay, when I am talking to Pega person, I should say work object. I should not say Java person work object. You cannot understand. Confusion will be there. Understand clear, everyone? Okay. So technical terminology is the one which you should have to present yourself during the interview. But for understanding, before you go to technical terminology, general day-to-day life terminology is important. Make sense clear, everyone? Let's go ahead now. And password is, what is default credentials? Default credentials. Administrator@pega.com. Password is install. Password is install. Okay, I'm just giving here. Okay, so we are now going to work on a practical requirement. by login using administrator credentials, where we are going to learn how to create an application. Application is application, framework or implementation. But while creating application, choose the structure, framework or implementation. We'll choose it. We are now going to work on framework creation. But before that, look at here. I'll create one practical document for you. Okay. Working with application wizard. Application wizard. That means to create an application, you can use application wizard. But what are the different things that you need to keep in mind? So while creating up, okay, we can create application by using application wizard and by using application wizard. By using new application wizard. That's called new application. New application wizard. Okay. While creating application, we need to provide below details to wizard. Details to wizard. First one, if you're creating application, you name it or not. You give some name, yes or no. Application name is one parameter. Second one, I'll tell you, you don't know this, but you follow for now. Organization name, I'll tell you later. Operator ID, you need to give a new operator. You are creating application. How do you access your application? You have to log in now. To log into application, you need a login ID. For Pega platform, default login ID they provided. For my application, I need my own login ID now. Operator ID, comma, password will be generated. This will be generated. The other one we have to give. This one we have to provide. And also you need to choose application structure. What do you need to choose? Application structure you need to say. That is framework or implementation structure. What you need to think of. These four parameters you need to keep in mind. While creating application, application name I should provide something. Its organization name I should provide something. I'll tell you what is the organization later. And application structure. Do I want to proceed creating framework or implementation? One option will be available. I'll choose. And operator ID. What is the login ID I want? My own login ID I'll give. Password it will generate. Okay, we can log in. Everyone clear? So now when you are attending the sessions, Pega sessions, you need a notebook in your hand to write the requirements. Requirements you will be writing. I'll not be writing daily. Okay. And while the session is going on, you don't have to write any technical terms that I am telling you. You need to listen and understand. Theory document I am providing, go through it. If you feel yourself something is really important to make a note, write down by yourself. But practical requirement, everyone should write down. Concept name, requirement. Concept name, requirement. Concept name, requirement. Like this in your notes. All Pega concepts that you work on, each concept one requirement. You and homework. Okay, write down. Write down everyone. What are we going to work on? Working with creating new application. Write down. Working with creating new application. (6:16). Working with. Are you able to follow every one of you? Are you clear so far? Any doubts or any questions?
Yes, sir.
16 practical. This is the first document, I think. Pega class 7 a.m. 9 a.m. right? 9 a.m. India time. That's what I'm following. And April 08 2024. This is the naming convention I follow for every document. Working with creating new application. Creating new application. Write down. Create a new framework application. Create a new framework application. Create a new framework application, which is an insurance framework. Which is an insurance framework. For the business owner, Tata. For the business owner, TATA. Tata Industries or Tata. That's okay. Okay, look at here now, everyone. Every one of you look at here. Every one of you, please look at here. See, as you don't have any credentials, what is the thing that you need to follow? Always default. But let me tell you one point. You want to create an application. Today you created one application. Already your application is there. You want to create one more. Anytime when you want to create an application, follow me. Always use default credentials only. Even though you have credentials of your own applications, don't use it for some reason. See, you are at the beginner stage, you don't know everything in Pega, right? I know everything in Pega. So there are some connectivity points which will disturb you, okay, when you are using your own credentials. But I cannot explain you that connectivity point now. For your knowledge, you may not be able to understand it. That's why sometimes you need to blindly follow. What do you need to follow? Anytime you are creating any application, 100 applications you are creating. For each application, you use same credentials. What is that? Administrator@pega.com, password, install. So administrator@pega.com, password, install. Not this one. Okay, this is a login ID. I'm going to log in now. Once you log in, just give me a minute. The 8 AM batch, the 9 AM batch log. So once you click on login, you will be in. We have 9 minutes. We will be able to finish this practical in 9 minutes. No worries. 1 or 2 minutes may get extended. Just please hold on. Don't go away. Okay. Now to create new application. To create new application, what you need to do is click on application menu. I will tell you one more point about framework context after some time. Click on application menu. Choose new application. It will open application wizard. I will show you where is application. See here you have application menu, no, Pega platform. I'll write down. Click on application menu, Pega platform. What is that? Pega platform. So that's where I'm going to click on. See here on the screen. This is the place I'm going to click on. Choose what? New application. Will you be able to do this following this document? But don't copy paste, please. While doing, go through this document once or twice. Don't do hands-on directly. Never do that. That's a wrong practice. Some people will open the document in phone, open laptop, Pega environment. They do parallelly. 100% wrong. First, open the practical document in your laptop. Don't log into Pega. Go through the document from beginning to ending. What are we trying to do? How we want to do it step by step. What is the final output we are expecting? Have a clear picture of what you are going to do. Then start your practical without looking into document. Understand? Clear, everyone? That's the way to learn. If you do like this, copy paste, at the end of the day, you will not learn anything. Okay? Understand fully, then do it. Anyhow, you are listening to the class, no? When you go through the document of practical revising, you will be able to understand it. Yes or no? That's the way you need to learn. So new application I am choosing, it will open a new application wizard. See, I got so many options here. No, you will not get all these options. You'll get 1 or 2 options. You'll get only 1 option. So click.
We are not able to hear you.
Your voice is not audible.
You are not audible.
Sir, your voice is not able to hear. You're not audible. Sir.
Am I audible now?
No, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Audible now, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
audio was lost.
Yes, yes.
Just 10 seconds back, audio was lost. I have fixed the issue. Some network issue might be, and now we are good to go ahead. Correct? So I was not doing anything other than clicking on application menu, choosing new application. Once I choose new application, I got this wizard where I am going to click on build from scratch. Build from scratch means whatever you are going to create now, you are creating it on Pega foundation. On which foundation? Pega platform
Pega.
foundation. Click on build from scratch. So I'm going to click on that. Once you click on, it will show you two options of predefined architecture of Pega. You don't have to think too much about this. See, theme Cosmos is traditional. Cosmos React is latest. I'll tell you how latest it is. 8.7 version onwards, it has started. It has started when you want to experience this. I can go through this, but there are some issues in UI. Shall we go through this one? Little bit of issues are there. If you are comfortable, I'll go through this so that you can see some of the new things and all. Otherwise, we'll go with old architecture. See, today, if you're going to join a project, which architecture you'll come across? Which architecture means how UI will appear. UI appearance may have been enhanced. Old one only. You'll see old one only. 99% you'll come across old versions only when in real time. So go with traditional. Click on traditional architecture. Click on traditional architecture. That's a better thing because the new architecture has so many issues. 8.7 it has started with. Okay. Traditional architecture. Now it is asking, okay, what is your application name that you want to give? Give some name. Tata Insurance Group or something. Tata Insurance Group. Some good name I am giving. So click on create. Click on create. I'm sorry. Don't do
Advanced.
that. Click on advanced configuration. I'm going to click on advanced configuration. Yeah, in Cosmos, something is not working in UI. That's why we have avoided it. They might have fixed in later versions. Okay, look at, I'm sorry. Advanced configuration, when you click on, you will get this pop-up window where it is going to show application ID. See, I provided application name to the system. It is generating one ID to identify the application. All of you are students here. I can recognize you by your name, but name will be duplicate. No. Name can be duplicate, yes or no? If I call someone, okay, if I am going to call Mr. Rajesh, 2-3 Rajesh will be there, maybe there, 2-3 people will respond. If I want you to uniquely respond, surname, super Anna. 2-3 people with same surname, not possible. Huh? Possibility is there or not there? It's there, no? What is the possibility of being or making you unique with your student ID? With your student
roll number.
I should assign you one ID also to uniquely identify all of you. Yes or no? So if I tell people to connect displaying your name, 2 Rajesh will connect. How would I know which one is who? If I give you ID for 2 Rajesh, I will give 2 different IDs. ID will be unique. For every component you create in Pega, name will be there, ID will be there. Which one is important for system to recognize the rule uniquely? ID only. It is generating the ID with some number of characters. We don't want to change it. I want you to understand what is ID. You know ID in real life? No, same. Okay, now next thing you see. It is generating one random name for organization. We will do practically tomorrow. I'll explain. So Pega is taking a random name for the organization. Let's remove that and type our meaningful name. Meaningful name means for Tata Group of Industries, what could be the organization name meaningfully? Tata is meaningful name or not? Tata is meaningful. I will type here and tab out. Same will be copied below as ID. Display name ID. Tomorrow I will tell you in detail. For now, follow it. Remaining options, if I did not touch it, if I did not discuss about this and all, not required now. Later I will tell you. That's the meaning. Some options I am ignoring means that will be covered later, not now. Everything cannot be covered on the same day. So click on what? Save. Click on save. You save, it will go back to the original screen where you clicked on advanced config. I forgot to do one more thing.
Just one question, yeah.
By default,
Sir, it should be framework.
Come again. By default, Pega is choosing application structure as implementation. Is what? Implementation. But we want to create framework app structure. So change the option. So choose Choose what?
Framework.
Yep. This option also. See, from this you can understand one thing. If you do not come to this wizard, if you do not come to advanced configuration, without coming to advanced configuration, if you would have proceeded creating application, you would have got implementation by default. By default, which application you get? Implement. You want framework, change the options. That's why I went to advanced configuration. Click on create new application. Create new application. I'm going to click on create new application. I'm going to click on. Before that, I will cross check once again. Framework, Tata, yes. Whatever I have selected is there. Changed is there. Changes are reflecting. See, for the first time when you are doing this, it may take even 3 to 4 minutes for you. Okay. So you just need to wait till it is going to show the process like this circle. Checkbox
Sir, by
for division.
default, sir,
I
by
did not
mistake,
see
by
it.
mistakenly, if we press create button without going to advanced configuration, then we'll create implementation by mistake.
See,
But we want framework. Can we do
by
that?
default, by mistake, if you don't come to advanced and change the option, it will automatically create implementation. There is no way you can change the application structure after created. After created, can you change? You cannot change. Understand that point? So be careful while creating. And deletion also not possible. Okay. Created one, you don't delete for next 1 month, you don't learn. By mistake, you given something wrong. Leave it and create with a new name. Different name you take and create. Don't ask me coming back how to delete my application. There's no way. For your knowledge, you cannot understand that now. So here it is asking for operator ID. Operator ID. Enter an operator ID in the format of email, in the email ID format. Email ID format. Your email ID need not exist. So I want to create. We are developers now. We want to log into Tata Insurance Group in order to do the development. I want to create developer operator ID. Developer operator ID for framework application. Which application? Framework @ what is the business? Tata.com. Tata. Meaningfully, I am giving my ID. You can give anything. 123 @ tata.com. Your wish. I don't care about it. It will work, but I am giving for my sense of understanding. I am creating one developer operator ID, so I use the term dev. I am doing it for framework application FW @ for business what? Tata @ domain. Email ID format I am giving. That's what Pega is expecting. See, authors means developer. Authors means what? Author means developer. You understand? Whoever is author for the book, they are called developer of that book. That's in that sense, author means developer. Click on add. Click on what? Add. I will click on add. So the moment you click on add, password will be created. Sorry, ID will be created, password will be generated. Okay. Copy paste the ID and password into notepad. We need it in the future. You cannot remember that password is generating as a random text, so you cannot remember. Better you do what? Now you click on done. This is done.
Sir,
now?
is there Cosmos
Click on
authors
done.
means
Or
we
log
have
off
an
your Cosmos. I will tell you. No need to worry about it. Okay, done. Your application is created now. Application is created. Now log off from default credentials, comma. How do you log off? So on the left hand
profile and log off.
bottom, you have operator. Here is a log off icon. Okay, log off here. Again, you will get login screen. Login with our Tata application credentials. First time when you log in, no, it will prompt for change in password. dev fw @ tata.com. Password enti? What is the password? I don't remember that. That is difficult to remember. So do what? Copy paste it. Login. Okay, when you log in, this is what going to happen. It will ask you to change in the password. I will take 2 more minutes time because I don't want to abruptly close this session. It is getting delayed, I know, 5 minutes. Please wait for 2 minutes. Okay.
Sir, one more question. There is an option for shutdown in the personal edition. We should use that to close Pega or just log off to close Pega?
Log off will log off from the application. Shutdown will bring down the server. Day 3 video, na? Day 4 video. Day 3 video. Watch day 3 video. I explained about that startup login shutdown. Day 3, last to 10 to 15 minutes you need to watch. Correct? Day 3 video, second half an hour you watch, you will understand. App Studio. We are done. Log off here and close. So nothing to bother about for now. Just we want to experience coming inside. That's it. Nothing other than that. So I'll tell you, I'll show you in the next class. Okay. So unfortunately, not unfortunately, what we can do for this. Again, tomorrow is holiday. Okay. It was already planned for our staff. Okay. Tomorrow is a festival. Tomorrow is Ugadi festival here. Okay. So at the very beginning itself, we got 3 days holidays like that. Okay. Ugadi festival. 9th, no? So there is holiday. Okay. We cannot do anything. But after that, we have class. Okay. And Ramjan people, you please take holiday because that day we will have the session. Okay. And if you're not able to come down here, join online and depend on the video. Very few people will be there. 1 or 2 people only will be there that time. Okay. So because it is already given information to every other batch students and our staff also, no one will come. I will tell you, utilize this if you have missed any sessions. Day 1, day 2, 3. 2, 3 if you have missed, utilize that. And day 2, 3, I want all of you to revise it. And day 4, that motivation session is there, right? Please go through it once again and streamline your process. Okay, clear everyone? So utilize that. Okay, don't feel like we are getting too many holidays. We'll generally not get, only festival season we'll get some holidays. Okay, in the month of October, November, too many holidays will come generally. Okay, but you are not into that period. Okay, that batches usually will be delayed. Okay, so you can wind up for today. And Sri Ramanavami and all class will be there. Sri Ramanavami class will be there. There is no holiday for that festival. Actually, we need to take, but we will not take for all festivals. Okay, because many people would have planned already for this as a long weekend now. So I am giving it. Okay, Sri Ramanavami, we will have class. Okay, fine. You can wind up for today. We'll continue on day after tomorrow. Thank you for joining, everyone. Reach out to our Pega admin team if you need any assistance on installation process today itself. Tomorrow, don't disturb them. They want to take holiday for tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Complete this practical and all. Go with real life examples. Don't read and
Thank
remember.
you.
Always connect technology with real world. Try to understand with real world examples. Okay, clear?